If you're a postpartum woman and you have had a baby and now you're moving on into life trying to figure out the new you, I have some information that you may want to know about intimacy and why you have no care to do it. Yeah, I gotta show you this research article. So I'm Dr. Wendy, I'm a physical therapist. I've taken care of women for 20 years and I'm always reading research looking for the answers that women are asking me the questions about. And one of the things I get is talking about postpartum and sex. And guys, it's not gonna be what you think, or maybe it is, let's see. If you're postpartum and you are struggling with intimacy, there's a lot of different factors. But I've got to tell you, changes that happen in your sexual practices happen because there's physiological changes, life changes, emotional changes, changes with the dynamic of your partner. But the greatest thing that you could do if you are a new mom trying to get your groove back or just trying to get you back, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs says you gotta be you before you take care of anybody else, is personal time. Personal time. This article talks about personal time facilitates emotional management and improvement of the emotional changes related to the demands of motherhood. I have not heard a more true statement about women and sexuality and postpartum than this. Shout this from the rooftops that if you want to improve your relationship with your partner, you need alone time because you're constantly touched, you're constantly overstimulated, and you need to be you before you can be you for anybody else. Most women are told that they can resume sex at 6 to 8 weeks after childbirth. But in this particular study, only 32% of those women that were surveyed actually took up that experience of trying to have intimacy with their partner. And the reason women tend to delay that sexual relation with their partner is because they're not ready. They've had changes that they're experiencing. So postpartum, if you gave birth vaginally, your vagina is still healing. You may have scar tissue. You might have had a massive tear. You might now have prolapse, or you have nerve issues because 1 in 3 women will get a peripheral nerve issue that kind of hangs on. 1 in 3 women will also have significantly decreased estrogen, which makes your hoo-ha dry. But let's carry on. Although most women tend to return to sexual relations between the 3rd and 6th month postpartum, 100%. That is a more normal statistic. Some authors suggest that women may experience at least one sexual problem. Yeah. Women are afraid that they're gonna leak. Women are afraid that they look different. Women have decreased lubrication vaginally because if you are breastfeeding, your body prioritizes your breasts and your breast milk over your sexy time with your partner because you'd probably rather keep a tiny human alive than the big human happy. So I don't know if you know that this stuff happens, but it's real. Postpartum is demanding. Common emotional factors at this stage influence the sexuality, such as depression, assuming new roles, the fears that accompany motherhood, self-image distortion, because you might not have known that your stomach's gonna look like a Shar-Pei, and then the sexuality of postpartum women is impaired by fatigue, extreme tiredness, lack of time for oneself, and intimacy with Guys, if you're a man and you happen to still be listening, give your partner alone time. She needs help. Like, she needs to be able to sit down and shower and take a nap. Some studies even show that these factors, physical, emotional, vital, are responsible for women showing reduced sexual interest or desire, lack of lubrication, arousal, and changes in sensitivity that make pleasure or orgasm more difficult, which implies sexual satisfaction. So some solutions to what is happening: use lubrication. You're gonna be less moist, wet. You're just gonna be. So you're probably gonna have to use lubrication. And yes, drink your water. We know you know that, but I'm gonna tell you that, okay, fine, drink your water. It's telling you to spend time alone. We've gotta learn coping skills such as you matter and you deserve to be you. And yeah, find a women's health physical therapist if you are having any problems, and they will help you make a plan because I promise it can be solved. I promise. Postpartum pain vaginally is very real, but very fixable. Hit the plus sign and follow for more women's health and wellness tips.